When we set out to make Momentous Creatine Chews, we didn't do it the easy way, we did it the right way, which is the hard way. There's a huge lack of trust in the supplement nutrition space, and we believe that by us establishing the Momentous Standard, we're able to hopefully up-level and educate a consumer to ask better questions. The Momentous Standard is really the core backbone that Momentous has been built on over the years. The first being all around science, the second is around sourcing and transparency, and the third is around certifications. One of the greatest examples of the Momentous Standard is our Creatine Chews. What we did with the chews was about 2 years ago, we started exploring a new form factor for creatine. Most companies in the category go really, really fast. And when you want to go fast in innovation, you just cut corners and you use artificial flavors and artificial sweeteners and you use a bunch of fillers and things like that, because that's how you can make products fast.
During our innovation process, we looked at a lot of different form factors and delivery systems for creatine. We played around with a gummy. We did several rounds of prototyping and formulations for a gummy. And ultimately, we decided to move away from the gummy form factor for a couple of different reasons. The amount of other ingredients in a gummy in terms of the pectins and sugars and just excipients were incredibly high. And going back to the Momentous Standard, we wanted to create a super clean, potent, pure, and the highest quality product. So as we started adding all those up, the gummy just started to make less and less sense.
Yeah, one of the challenges with creatine is once it goes in water or liquid, its half-life is very short. Creatine ultimately starts turning into creatinine. Creatinine is the inactive form of creatine. It's what happens after it starts its process. And so when you think about making gummies or gelatin, a lot of times you put that in liquid in high heat, which creatine doesn't do well at. Ultimately, it affects the efficacy of creatine in different products that aren't in powder form.
Which led us down this more chewable tablet form factor, which is how we landed on Creatine Chews. So what we were making sure throughout the development process was adjusting the speed of the blenders to reduce the amount of heat that was being generated within the powder, the free-flowing material, before we went to the tablet line to ensure that the heat level wasn't too high. We tested the moisture content from start, middle, and end of the process to ensure that the moisture levels weren't rising, to making sure that the creatine integrity was maintained throughout the entire process. So ultimately, when you have your creatine chew, you can be confident that you're getting that 1 gram of creatine per chew.
Daily consistency with anything that we do in our lives around health and wellness is really important, because habits and consistency is what actually creates the biggest impact, and creatine is no different. Creatine in general is one of the most well-studied substances on the planet. Creatine has incredible benefits for anything kind of involving energy in the body. So whether muscular performance or brain health, daily supplementation and creating habits around that has the biggest impact.
We really wanted to be innovative of what is a great way that we can help people add it into their daily lifestyle routine in a more fun way. So where we landed was a very comprehensive formula and a delicious, easy, convenient form factor. I think Creatine Chews can serve 2 purposes. One, it may be your daily driver where you could take 5 chews and get your 5 grams of creatine throughout the day. It's also a really easy way to titrate up if you're looking to get 10, 15 grams of creatine a day.
What you have to look for on any creatine product is you need to look for 2 things. Number 1 is that it's NSF certified or content certified of somehow. You actually want to know what is in the bottle is on the label. And then number 2 is you need to look for this CreaPure logo. CreaPure creatine is the highest quality creatine on the market with the highest quality manufacturing standards in the world.
So we designed Creatine Chews to be a really fun, easy, poppable way to enjoy your creatine. It's 1 gram of creatine, 1 gram of sugar. They're delicious, easy, and fun to use.